Hello and welcome to week 6. The first thing that I want you to do for week 6 is to open up your reading assignments and complete those. This week you will be reading chapter 13 in Patterns for a Purpose, and you have your LB brief chapters both in the hard copy and ebook form. You also have at your disposal some notes on chapter 13 as well as some PowerPoints that will lead you through the content from LB brief. When you move into the review section this week, you're going to complete an assignment that just re-familiarizes you with MLA format. So what I really want you to think about is finding a screenshot of something in MLA. In this case, it's the citing of an article in a web magazine. So the screenshot is of that method, the way that you would put together that citation. And below, in your own words, I want you to describe what you see. So in this case, you see that the author's last name comes first name last, that the title of the article is in quotation marks, that the name of the publication or the web magazine is italicized. It's followed by the date and then the URL without HTTP : / it starts just with the www or wherever that web URL starts, and then finally when it was accessed. So what my suggestion is, and you do need to tell me where you found that. My suggestion is to go to a reputable MLA format guide like the OWL Purdue. Choose one of these options. So if you choose something like how to cite a book, that you go ahead and you take your screenshot of that particular format, and then you paste that into a document and you describe what you've seen and you give credit for where you found that. If you have any questions about this assignment, let me know, but I really want you to be able to see what MLA format should look like when you're using it for our last paper. Our project number 3, as you remember, is going to include outside sources, and you're going to need to cite them properly both on the works cited page as well as within the text. So those in-text citations need to be correct as well. All right, so that is the review portion for this week. As you move into the week, the due dates for the week itself, everything is due on Sunday at 11:55. You're going to upload the assignment that I just described. For discussion form number 6, what I want you to do is I want you to construct a counter argument for this particular article. Once you read the article, you're going to write just a 1-paragraph counter argument. What a counter argument does is it acknowledges the viewpoint of the opposition, but it always comes back to where you stand on the issue. So it acknowledges that oppositional viewpoint and it comes back to your argument. So often you will see that people begin a counter argument with something like some may say, or some have the viewpoint that, so you want to introduce that other side, give them fair time, explain exactly what their thinking is, and then round back to your part of the argument where you'll have a transitional word like something like however, and then you'll lay out your points of the argument. And often if they've got certain points, when you get to that however part, when you round back to your side, you're going to counter point by point their views. So you'll want to set that up. You'll post that paragraph and you'll comment on 2 classmates' paragraphs. That's due as said before on Sunday. You're going to come up with your topic and the thesis. Topics are general, so your questions here are the topics, and then I want you to take that topic and come up with a working thesis statement. So this isn't set in stone yet, but you're going to lay out exactly what your argument is in that one sentence. So for example, if it were something like the possible topic number 1, what approaches could be taken to fix the falling literacy rates in the state of Michigan? You might, make that your topic. You're going to address the falling literacy in the state of Michigan, falling literacy rates. So your thesis statement would be something like, in order to improve literacy rates in the state of Michigan, we need to focus on teacher education, preparation programs, solid instructional practices in early literacy, and pervasive professional learning for teachers throughout the state, something like that. So now I've taken that topic and I've given you an argument that I'm going to build in an essay. So you'll want to submit just those two things. It's really just 2 sentences, topic and thesis. That's going to be due on Sunday as well. As noted, these are possible topics, but I want you to stay within our state as far as the topic goes. There are definitely other issues going on in the state of Michigan. If you go outside of the possible topics, these 9 topics, just send me a quick email. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll be able to let you know if I think you can find research on it, because sometimes that's the problem too, is that you've got a good idea, but it's really new, so you're not going to find any articles to support it. All right, moving on. You'll do your grammar and usage checkpoint. That's due on Sunday as well. If you have any questions about the work this week, don't hesitate to ask.